the other thing that these emotions and feelings and this trigger is even telling me is I clearly have not healed fully from some of these issues and people, because I'm still getting triggered and I'm still getting kind of amped up a little bit. So the fact that I'm still getting triggered and amped up are all clues that I have yet to heal fully from, again, some of these scenarios that I've got to work through and some of these people that I have encountered. Welcome to the EQ for Entrepreneurs podcast. Like most business owners, you already know you need good business and marketing strategies to scale and be profitable. But at some point, you've hit the dreaded wall where you feel stuck and frustrated. EQ for Entrepreneurs is for business owners and leaders who are honest enough to admit that they just might be the ones holding their business back and are brave enough to change that.
We're Noble and Kathy, and every week we're having candid conversations about all things emotional intelligence and how growing that has allowed us to get out of our own way and is radically transforming both our businesses and our personal lives. This is the secret sauce strategy for modern entrepreneurs who are tired of hustling without seeing results and want to grow a business and a life that they love.
Entrepreneurs, leaders, and influencers, what's up? Hopefully you all are doing awesome today. I wanted to share a recent insight as of this morning with, again, my continued emotional growth journey. I recently got triggered, and I want to share some insights from that experience. So a positive, and also still I have a long way to go on my EQ, my emotional growth journey. So I also want to thank you all again for watching on YouTube, our YouTube channel, and or listening on our podcast, EQ for Entrepreneurs. Really appreciate that. Really appreciate you guys that are subscribing and reviewing and rating and sharing, the different various episodes that you feel are impactful to you or that have made the greatest difference for you. Really appreciate that. And then for those of you all, some of you all have taken our course, our 8-week course, which we have coming up. Actually, we have coming up here in the next week. Registration for the course opens up April 5th. So for those of you all that feel like you're ready to take your emotional growth journey to the next level, or even the next level of intention, or to help build a good foundation for your emotional intelligence, visit eqforentrepreneurs.com/EQA. EQA for EQ Accelerator course. So EQA. That's again eqforentrepreneurs.com/EQA. For those of y'all that feel like you're at a space and a place that you are ready to grow. And the cool thing is about the course, before we jump into our topic, is it's a combination of all the different learning styles. So we have part of the learning style. So it's 4 modules of about 10 to 15 video lessons that are about 5 to 8 minute videos that will be delivered over the course of the 8 weeks. In addition to a great in-depth, thoughtful workbook that goes along with the course, and then that you fill out, as you're going through the course with each of the videos. And then weekly, we have weekly live group coaching sessions with all the members so that we can kind of dig deeper and learn from each other and glean from each other. So it's really, again, it's been a super neat experience. And so far, now this may change in the future, but so far, everyone that has gone through the course has said, at least they've told us anyway, that they have experienced genuine, real life change and transformation as a result of the course and the things that we discussed in the course and some of the tools that we share throughout the course. So again, if you feel like this, it's a good time for you, eqforentrepreneurs.com/EQA. All right, so today, well, actually yesterday I was triggered, and from a couple of different things, but around the same topic. Kathy, my awesome wife, had received a message from one of our friends that her friend had received a message from somebody that we have experienced, well, a number of different things, but some gaslighting, some control, some manipulation. And so Kathy told me that, hey, our friend received this message from this other lady, and boom, so the feels started to kick in. And then I had a conversation with somebody that also has had a track record of using subtle and sly guilt as a form of, as a form of guilt to, I don't know what the intent is. And I'm not sure they're even aware that they're doing it, which again, I said yesterday in the last episode, we're giving everybody our EQ or lack thereof, and we're also receiving everybody's EQ or lack thereof on a daily basis. So how healthy emotionally do you want to be to determine, not necessarily to determine, but to impact and affect every single relationship and interaction that you have on a regular basis with somebody? So, and for me, I don't, I was raised in a family where guilt trips were the norm. They were the standard. They were the standard of just, hey, like, this is what we do, is we make each other feel guilty because that's what we do. Well, and honestly, with a lot of this stuff, because that's what was passed on to our family from grandparents. That's how this stuff continues through generations. So another reason why I strongly encourage everyone to, take ownership and responsibility of your own emotional issues so that you're not passing them on to your children, your family, your friends. Great quote again from episode 59, Daniel Hagedorn, how to create an emotionally healthy family. He said, if you don't deal with your emotional issues, your children will. If you don't deal with your emotional issues, your children will. And also, if you don't deal with your emotional issues, your family will, your coworkers will, your parents will. Everyone is going to have to deal with your emotional issues if you don't work on them yourself. Okay, so boom. So I'm up in my feels today, having a conversation with Kathy. She's like, what's up? I'm like, yeah, I'm up in my feels. She's like, okay, well, how are you processing it? And I said, man, that's a great question, because I think at this point, I'm not even processing it. I am doing what I have always done 99% of my life, which is, so I don't know that I had stuffed it yet. It was still in the stew phase. So this is interesting. This is an interesting insight. So I think what I have always done is, I guess I have two paths, two courses of action for my feelings and emotions up to this point. Now, again, I'm growing and stuff, but prior to my emotional growth journey, I've had two paths for my emotions and feelings. One is immediately in the vault, the locker, the storage basement, to stuff and avoid and suppress. The other route is to stew. If they're strong enough, I will just stew on emotions and feelings and feel it in my body. I feel it in my belly right now, and I feel it a little bit in my chest right now. So I would stew, which, just the fact that I can even acknowledge that is huge for me. That's big breakthrough and growth already, proof of my growth already. So I would just stuff and stew. And she's like, okay, but how are you processing it? I'm like, I'm not yet. It's right now, it's still in the stuff and stew phase, which is not productive or healthy. So I have to take and make some time, preferably today, to do those 3 tools that I shared in a couple episodes ago, 3 emotional tools to help you grow your emotional capacity. And I need to do that myself. And not just that, but I need to get in the habit of, as soon as I get triggered, or anytime and every time I get triggered, I need to be more consistent at doing these 3 tools that I told everyone else to do. So yeah, obviously I'm still growing. You guys know, if you're following me on this journey, you guys know I'm still growing. And this is, again, proof that yes, I have made progress, but I still have lots of progress that I need to make. And here's the thing. So what I would do in the past is I would get stuck in this stuff and stew loop of emotions, of my emotions and my feels. And I would pull away. I would become emotionally unavailable, and I would become very short, snippy, terse, and angry and prickly. And, you know, with my wife, with my daughter, with friends, potentially, maybe even on social media. And I wouldn't even realize what's going on. I'm like, oh no, everyone else is crazy. It's not me. Everyone else is crazy. You know, everyone else is just having a bad day or whatever. Not even realizing, again, because I've had no self-awareness, not even realizing that the whole time it's me. It's because I'm not processing any of these emotions and feelings. I'm just bottling them all up, stuffing and stewing. And now I get anxious. I'm getting, you know, I'm getting anxiety. I'm getting stress. I'm frustrated. I'm angry. Again, all because I'm stuffing and stewing and not processing, not working through the emotions that are causing this angst and anxiety. This is another big insight that we've shared before, but it's, again, relevant because I've, again, just recently got triggered, is that the other thing that these emotions and feelings and this trigger is even telling me is I clearly have not healed fully from some of these issues and people, because I'm still getting triggered and I'm still getting kind of amped up a little bit. So the fact that I'm still getting triggered and amped up are all clues that I have yet to heal fully from, again, some of these scenarios that I've got to work through and some of these people that I have encountered over the years. And so I need to do that. I've got to do that. And it's funny, not funny. Why haven't I done this yet? Or why have I not been more intentional? Because it's, I guess my answer, as I'm externally processing here, is it's hard work. It's not fun. It's not pleasant. The immediate is not fun or pleasant, but man, I also am pissed that I'm getting triggered. I'm upset that I'm still getting emotional, that I'm still getting, you know, amped up over this stuff, and it's been a couple years. So the fact that it still bothers me is also bothers me. That's so funny, man, but it's true. And so I clearly have more emotional work to do, because I'm just tired of this. I'm tired of getting, you know, triggered. I'm tired of getting amped up, and I'm tired of feeling this in my body, the pit in my stomach, my chest kind of tightening. I'm tired of it. I want to be healed from this stuff. And I know the tools. That's the crazy thing. I know the tools. I just have to apply them myself. Practice what I preach. I don't know if anyone else has to work on that, getting better at practicing what you preach, but I know I do. So I wanted to share that with you. Hopefully you all do much better than me, and you practice what you preach, and also you apply some of these emotional tools maybe that you that you're learning. Hopefully that you're learning, and yeah, anyway, hopefully you're able to apply some of these lessons. And remember, emotionally healthy people help heal other people emotionally. Other emotionally healthy people help heal other people emotionally. And again, you're worth the investment of the time and energy to work through these emotional issues. You're worth it. You are worth it. And your health is worth it. Your family's worth it, as you getting healing and breakthroughs in these different areas. And again, for those of you all that feel like you're ready to invest more into yourself and in this space and phase of your life, into your emotional growth and your emotional journey, please join us on our upcoming course. Again, the registration opens up April 5th, and that's eqforentrepreneurs.com/EQA.